Hi everyone. This might be a little bit of a strange way to do a beginning of a video, but it is storming here in my area and I work from my garage, and to get enough light in there I have to work with the doors open, and right now I just felt like I better be inside. So I'm here doing this from my desk. But I wanted to show you what I will have in this video. I will be building this bookcase, and this is actually for a child. It's actually going to be for our 2-year-old grandnephew who's having a birthday. And I'm going to build this basically off of this picture with some of the measurements that they have. So with that, let's get into the video. So for this build, I'll be using a sheet of 3/4 inch birch plywood. So here I am just setting it all up and getting my measurements ready to go. Now for this, I do not use a table saw to rip my initial sheet. My table saw just doesn't have enough outfeed on the left and right to be able to handle a sheet that big. So I'm using a Craig straight edge that I've had for a while, which helps me cut straight edges with my circular saw. So I'll have a link down below for this particular item that I'm using, and it works very well. But yeah, just cutting all the pieces down to size based on, you know, again, what I saw. You'll see me here putting tape down as well. That helps with blowout from my circular saw, and it works pretty well. Not any really big problems, but yeah, but it worked good. And once I have all my pieces cut to size, I will break out the table saw, get everything measured out correctly, and then I will start ripping them down to actual size that I need for this particular build. Using my cross-cut sled there a little bit, so that's a really nice tool to have as well. So I clamped the two sides together and cut out the angle for those sides because they're all at a curve. And while keeping those clamped together, I also used my rigid oscillating sander to sand them down to the exact measurements I had done when I drew out the angle I wanted on these pieces. Double checking my work and just kind of redoing things, just making sure they all line up pretty well. I had to switch from a drum sander over to the belt sander just to get a little more grit on the paper onto the wood itself, and it worked out well. Here I am just putting a bit of a round over on all the pieces using my palm router, making sure everything's nice and smooth and rounded over. Just putting a quick sand on everything, just kind of roughing things up, getting ready to get painted. Here's a still shot of the bookcase, just dry fitted together. I was just getting all my measurements out of what it would look like once it got put together. And here we are just painting the pieces. So we had set them up on little blocks and we just kind of rolled on the paint. We put 3 coats of paint on there on all sides and all edges. And here they are, pretty much finished up and just getting dry. So now I'm just spacing everything out, using some clamps to hold it together while I got everything spaced out. This was quite a bit of a process to get it all lined up and spaced out. I was getting ready to use screws. I decided to use screws to hold it together, make it a little bit more stronger. So once I had it all pretty much kind of put together and I had the screws in, I was just finalizing. I was going to put some wood filler inside where the screws were to hide them, so I was just cleaning things up and getting it ready for final assembly. And these were side pieces we were making. You're going to put on the ends, so the trains would go on the sides and then the name was going to go in the front. So my lovely wife was able to get these kind of put together and get them painted and get them ready to go. And here's the final product. We have the front part. Mikey, the little guy's name's Mike, and Mikey. So we have the side panels here where the trains and one on each side. And yeah, so it worked out really well. And yeah, I really enjoyed this build. It was a really good one. Well, I hope you liked that video. A little bit about how to build a kids bookcase. It was a lot of fun. It was a real challenge for me. It was one of my bigger builds and more complex ones. I learned a lot, but it was a lot of fun. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and any comments you want to make on anything I did here, please comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video.